Now we understand the behavior of ohmic and non-ohmic conductor or resistor. First of all, assume we have two conductors, conductor 1 and conductor 2. Conductor 1 has resistance R1 and second conductor has resistance R2. This is a circuit diagram through which we can check the behavior of these conductors. Okay. In the circuit, we have a conductor here of resistance R, which is connected across a source of potential difference, that is a cell. Here is a key which is used to on and off the circuit, and this is the rheostat. Rheostat is used to change the current in the circuit. Okay. By changing current, we can change the potential difference across the conductor, and we draw a table and write the values of current and corresponding potential difference across the conductor. Okay. In the circuit, we have two instruments also. This is voltmeter, which is used to measure the potential difference across the conductor, and this is the ammeter, used to measure current through the conductor. Okay. Now check the behavior of first conductor. So we have to place this conductor here. Okay. When you place the conductor here, then the resistance will be R1, because the conductor 1 has resistance R1, and switch the circuit on. Then by changing this rheostat, we can change the current in the circuit. Okay. And with the changing current, the potential difference across the conductor also changes. So we draw a table for the current and the potential difference across the conductor. Assume when the current is flowing in the conductor or through the conductor is 2 ampere, then the potential difference across the conductor is 4 volt. Okay. And when the current is 4 ampere, the potential difference is 8 volt. When current flow through the conductor is 6 ampere, the potential difference is 12. And when the current is 8 ampere, the potential difference is 16. Okay, this is the assumption for the first conductor. If the first conductor behave like this, then we can easily plot a graph, VI graph. Okay. This is the graph. This is current axis and this is potential difference axis. Now plot these values on this graph. When the current is 2, potential difference is 4. 2 and 4. The point will be here. Okay. Now second point, 4, 8. 4, 8. Second point will be here. Okay. Third point, 6, 12. 6, 12. This. Okay. Now fourth point is 8, 16. 8, 16. Okay. Now we have 4 points on the graph. Join these 4 points. When you join these 4 points, you get a straight line. Okay. You get a straight line. this straight oblique line showing that the conductor 1 is obeying Ohm's law, okay, which we have discussed earlier, that the VI graph of a conductor obeying Ohm's law is a straight line, okay. So this conductor obeying Ohm's law as shown in the graph, so this conductor is known as ohmic conductor. This is ohmic conductor, okay. Now come to the second conductor. This is the second conductor having resistance R2. In order to check the behavior of this conductor, we have to connect this conductor across these two terminals. When you connect, then the resistance of the conductor will be R2, okay. Now by changing the current in the circuit, we can measure the potential difference across the conductor and assume the table is like so. When the current flowing through the conductor is 2 ampere, the potential difference across the conductor is 2 volt. When the current is 4 ampere, the potential difference is 4 ohm. When the current is 6 ampere, the potential difference is 8 volt. And when the current is 8 ampere, the potential difference is 16 volt. Okay. Now plot these points on VI graph. Okay. Now when you plot the VI graph for this conductor, the first point will be 2, 2. So this is the 2 volt and this is 2 ampere. The first point will be here. Okay. Second point 4, 4. Second point will be here 4, 4. Okay. Third point will be 6, 8. 6, 8. So this is the third point, and last point 8, 16. 8, 16. Okay. These are the points. Now join these points. When you join these points, you realize that the graph is not linear. Okay, the graph is not linear, and this graph showing that the conductor is not obeying the Ohm's law. Okay, hence this type of conductor is known as non-ohmic. Non-ohmic conductor. Okay, so this is the way how to check a conductor whether it is ohmic or not, okay, analytically or graphically. Okay, we can graphically check that a given conductor is ohmic or not. We can also calculate the resistance of the conductors. Okay, since we know that from Ohm's law, resistance of a conductor is equal to potential difference across the conductor divided by the current through the conductor. Okay, so here we can write resistance of the conductor R1 is equals to potential difference across the conductor divided by the current through the conductor. Okay, now we can calculate the resistance of the conductor for each pair of values of current and potential difference. For this value, the resistance R1 is 4 divided by 2, that is 2, and 8 divided by 4, again 2 ohm. Okay, so resistance will be in ohm. For this pair of value, 12 divided by 6, 2. 16 divided by 8, 2. Okay, and you see that the value of resistance, okay, is not changing, it is constant. Okay, so that's why the conductor is obeying Ohm's law, because the resistance of the conductor is constant, it is not changing. Now come to the second conductor. Again, the resistance of the second conductor R2 is the ratio of potential difference across the conductor divided by the current through the conductor. Okay. Now, for this pair of value, the resistance is 1 ohm, 2 divided by 2, 4 divided by 4, again 1 ohm. For this pair of value, the resistance is 1 ohm again. But for this pair of value, 8 divided by 6, okay, 8 divided by 6 is nearly 1.5 ohm, okay, and for last pair of value it is 2 ohm. Now you see that the resistance of the second conductor is not constant, it is increasing. Okay, when we increase the current, the resistance of the conductor increases, so that the conductor is not obeying Ohm's law. Okay, to obey Ohm's law, the conductor must have constant value of resistance. Okay,